Ruby?
Hmm?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
You're not
Landon-
responding, and I'm starting to get scared because
Lan-
we now have 2 people that are being iffy on their Discord connections.
Just rest in pieces, my dude.
Oh my god! Talk about rest. I want to fucking
Dude,
die.
I'm so tired. We were
So
talking about this before y'all got here, man. I'm exhausted today.
So I don't know if it's just the glasses, and I'm hoping new glasses helps fix this. But because my glasses are really bad, and I also get really tired, if I'm really tired and or drunk, my brain will stop doing the thing where your vision is supposed to be right, and I'll start going like, I want to say cross-eyed, like lazy-eyed, kinda. And it's been like that basically all day. I basically literally haven't been able to focus. I don't know how the fuck I just dragged myself through work. And this is after drinking a shit ton of coffee and an energy shot today. So I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I am just I slept last night. I don't know, man.
I didn't.
It's concerning when your store starts selling like Kratom energy drinks, because I look at Kratom energy drinks like, wow, that's just nausea in a can, but maybe it works and maybe I'll be focused.
The hell is
But it's just-
Kratom?
Kratom's like, it's like the plant version of like ADHD medication, essentially, like Adderall or Concerta. I've tried it like a couple times, but it just always gets me nauseous.
Oh god.
Maybe I need some of that shit. Goddamn. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm still struggling, but we're gonna get through it. I just wonder if like yesterday just beat it out of me, because yesterday was I worked in the morning. I didn't even really get an hour nap, because then I had to do the celebration of life for my uncle, which was like the big thing for all of the families and all of the people that knew him to come over.
Yeah.
Because that was last year. It was like almost a year ago. So then I did that, and what was supposed to be like a 2-hour event, I ended up being out there for like 4 hours. And then I finally ate some food, because I didn't know if they were gonna have lunch there, but then all they had was like sweet treats and shit, and I was like, I ain't gonna eat that on an empty stomach.
Yeah. No.
So I didn't, and then so I got lunch pretty late, and then I had to rush home because I talked to a friend and I wanted to play Valorant with him on stream last night. So then I rushed home and like laid in bed after eating for like 40 minutes, and then I streamed for 3.5 hours, and then I was like, all right, time to go lay it out. And I'm just like, did I really just deplete my body to the point of like, nope, yep, you're just gonna be fucked all Monday.
Yeah. I was like, fucking, yeah. Yesterday I had a really chill day, but like today, fucking woke up early after falling asleep at like fucking 2 a.m. I had to be right back up at like 6:30. Fucking went to my class, took a test, feel really good about this test. But you know, it missed a couple things, but I have 102% in the class, so like I could have got a 0 and still passed the class. And then I went and practiced flute. Mozart can suck my left nut. I fucking hate playing Mozart. Like, Mozart's least favorite composer to play. There's just like little bullshit things you just have to kind of know that they don't write in the music. I don't want to go into detail about that, but then I wrote my video script, and then I went to orchestra rehearsal because we have a concert tonight, which is in like 3 hours. And then fucking came home, scarfed down some food, and here I am. And then as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna get ready for the concert.
Break a leg.
Yeah. And then after the concert, I'm gonna sleep. Hopefully.
How dare you? Why would you tell him to break a leg? That's really mean.
That's just part of it.
I'm still in a roasting mood, I guess.
God damn it. Those were great.
I was gonna say,
Your
speaking of
roasts were
which,
great.
yeah, Landon, holy shit. I'm kind of bummed we started with yours, because, like, you came swinging, man. It was just
I'm
the
just
top one on
sad.
the list.
I'm just sad that like the joke that I thought was gonna be like the memeiest / like get the most like, oh that's cute kind of reaction was the Yu-Gi-Oh one, and I'm just like, oh, I actually heard him. I actually heard him.
I knew that was gonna come for. He came for blood.
I knew what you were quoting, and I was like, shit, got him.
I couldn't even finish reading it, dog. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
No, that one cut deep. Have you seen the clip where it's like, it's Kaiba dueling against, I don't know, one of the people with the fucking seal of Ori couch?
Oh, I think it was like Rick and Morty.
No,
I think there was one like that.
it was like, the bad guy was like using all of Yugi's friends as like pawns, as like monsters, and Kaiba was like, "Is this supposed to make me scared to attack you?" And the guy was like, "If you're not afraid of crushing your friends' souls," and he was like, "As the owner of a major corporation, I do that daily." And it was like, holy shit, 4Kids. What a fucking translation.
That's like one of my favorite voice acting performances of all time. Is just the guy that played Kaiba.
He fucking
You're
kills
back.
it every time.
What happened?
I don't know. I was literally talking, and then I didn't hear any response, and I was like, "Hello?" So I guess it just disconnected.
Hey, you haven't been talking for a while.
That's kind of what happened to me before. Like, it just kind of like booted me. It said I was like still in the call, but I'm like, I'm not though.
Oh, Discord. When are you gonna be decent?
I love
Discord. I would love. Yeah, I would love a soundbite that just goes Discord just from the song, but just the one word.
Discord.
Oh,
Discord.
dude.
All right. Hey, you know something we haven't said yet.
The F slur.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
well, happy Pride
I
Month.
mean, happy Pride Month. Of course. That's
It's
what
the
I meant.
first episode of Pride.
Woo!
Happy birthday, Rainbow.
Happy birthday,
Smile.
gays.
The rainbow is 2,000-year-olds today.
Yeah. Wait, what?
2000. What? What?
Wouldn't it be
2024, but when you get to
Yeah.
those big numbers, like
Zero doesn't count. There's
You
no
kind of
negative
start
number.
rounding down, yeah.
We don't do negative numbers. Nothing existed before the 00.
Yeah. So, it
Anyway.
is Pride Month.
How are you
Yeah.
doing?
we can't say that word. It's YouTube.
Oh, just
I don't know how people react to that word. I don't mind that word.
no. I agree. Because
Yeah.
I personally don't use it unless obviously, or like, I won't use it because I don't know how people react to it. I don't care if it's used unless I know the person's using it maliciously.
Yeah. That's
And
if someone's
obviously, obviously that's a problem.
if someone's like obviously homophobic and using it, it's like, dude, what the fuck? But like, you know, my
It's
friend
just-
calling me it, he's fucking around. And like,
It's like just like Australians and the word.
yeah,
You have to bleep that too.
yeah, they'll know that
Hold
one.
on.
They'll know that one for a fact.
Things will have to bleep. Just
Could that be the episode name? Things we have to bleep.
Things we have to
that'd
bleep.
be really funny, actually.
Episode name redacted.
The redacted episode. But like, this is our gay episode, man.
I know, but there's so many people out there that's trying to redact the LGBT community anyways, so it works.
Which is wild. Just worry about yourself.
Yeah,
Have you seen the recent
Fuck.
discourse? Is like a bunch of people are like, oh, I hate when bi women bring their cis het straight male boyfriends to
Oh.
Pride.
You
And
know,
it's like-
it's like
I hate-
that's such a sad one, and so like I feel that one very personally because the last 8 prides I've been in a cis passing relationship,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and Andy's mostly straight. He doesn't fully identify as straight anymore, but like he has
Got
in
him.
the past.
It's like, where does that come from? Like, I guess it just comes from like people not doubting the validity
Well,
of
okay.
like. Well, just like if they're asking, like, it's like, do you not like buy straight passing couples because you don't think they would be with someone the same sex if they weren't? Like,
Right,
What-
that's exactly it. It's the bi struggles of, oh, you're in a straight passing relationship, so I don't believe you. And that's just
Yeah.
how it is. It's people being stupid and just putting their nose where it don't belong.
But
And
see,
then,
I think that's a little bit reductive because it's not just people being stupid. I think it comes from this inappropriately, it comes from this internal pain of if I could walk around unpersecuted, I would.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
you can't. So that pain is valid, but the
Mm.
reaction is not.
Yeah.
And I think it's reductive to forget where that comes from.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair with like the pain thing, but taking that out on, bi
Your
women.
fellow gays, yeah.
And not
Well-
the system that's making it that way. Like,
Because
know.
I can like understand that the queer community's like, look, we're cool with like straight allies like propping us up, but like this isn't your month, this isn't your pride kind of thing. So I could see why people would do this. They're like, oh, you can't have your straight boyfriend here. They're co-opting the pride part. It's a stretch. No, you kind of get a pass. You know, Andy gets a pass. Now, granted, you just said Andy's not quite identifying as straight now, but like Andy gets a pass. They're in the relationship, you know.
They're one of the gays.
One of the gays.
Unfortunately,
Shout out to
unfortunately,
gays.
I'm gonna say they
Shout out
are
to the
allowed.
gays.
They are allowed
I just
to be
say
a
never
pride.
turn down an ally. Like always, like take an
Yeah.
ally when you
That
can
is
get
such
it.
a good point, Landon. And
Yeah.
my point about allies has always been when like me growing up in high school, I went we had no gays in high school. At least we didn't think we had any gays because we were all closeted. But we did have a
course.
gay straight alliance club,
Mm.
and all of us in it were all just allies. And we even threw a little pride parade. You know, we were all gay, but we didn't know it. But also, we weren't out to our parents because we're all just young and don't want to upset anybody, type of thing. So the only way I could even engage with pride for the first like years of my life, literally while I was asking out my best friend, who was a woman who had
Oh,
two
yeah.
gay moms, I was like, I'm not gay though.
I'm
Mhm.
not gay though. Well, what if we
Right,
dated though? That'd be, you know,
Yes,
that's not the
really?
gay way though.
I asked her out in a Wendy's over a shrimp basket, and I got rejected.
Damn, that's the
Oh.
lowest of the low, man.
I
And
thought
then
you-
years
wait,
later,
I
she's
thought you-
like, "We
thought you
could have
told
been
this story.
together." Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I was
Ruby
gonna
has
say, I
told the
remember this.
story.
But yeah, I was like, wait, Misha, don't you remember this?
Oh yeah, absolutely remember this.
Dog
We've
brain.
repeated stories on here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No,
Fruit
and
basket.
speaking of like, because I don't remember if we have, but yeah, speaking of, you know, like origin stories about like when did you know you were not the straight TM trademarked?
Always a fun story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
I think our executive producer, host, not host, but like our guest host should fill us in first.
You're a
That's
dick.
what I was
No,
gonna-
I
that's
think-
what I was-
How?
I think that's a dick move. You're like, oh, by the way, you're gonna be put on the spot first.
We're all
I
okay.
mean-
Solace, do you want to go first? I'll go first.
Look, I'll go because I gotta like boot out of here early anyway. So
Yeah.
I might as well get it over with. So yeah, I recognize as a pansexual now and polyamorous.
Yo, Polygang. We love that.
Yeah, 2P. There were some going around
Poly
even in the
tracker.
chat about pan romantic, which I've never even like considered until now, and I'm just like, I gotta look more into that. But yeah, so I came out back in I was 20, I think. So like back in like 2018, I think is when I like officially came out.
No.
And it was really just one of those things in my life where I was just kind of too busy to really consider how I felt towards other people. Like when I was growing up, I was just busy all the time. Like I was in the Boy Scouts, I did like a bunch of sports, I tried like everything. I did theater all throughout high school.
I was
And
in the
then
Boy Scouts
fencing.
too.
And yeah, but it's just like I just kind of never considered just how I thought about people until like by the time I was in college and one of my close bisexual friends just kind of just asked me, it's like, hey, have you ever considered being bi? And then I'm just like, let me think about that one a minute.
That's how they get you.
I
That's how
love
they
that.
get
Like
you.
it's a fucking like it's a pamphlet or something. Like their hand. Have you considered trying being bi?
You
Like, I
considered
love
our
that.
Lord, Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I think we were just in a group setting and just people were like kind of talking about, because it's like we're theater kids, so it's like that question comes up a lot.
Yeah,
with
you know
the
what?
guys
Yeah.
especially, and just kind of like it was the one thing where I just like said like, oh, like yeah, I'd probably do it, like without much thought, and then I started to think about it actually, and I was like going back in my head of just like things that started to make sense in retrospect, like certain like, oh, I didn't admire that guy, I was crushing on that guy. Like it was that kind of thing.
You guys ever have
Um,
that where you like are just admiring somebody and people are like, "Oh, are you into them?" And it's like, well, not in a gay way. I mean, I am gay, but not in. I'm not gay right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Right, like you get both, you encounter both, but I was able to go back and like kind of see like, no, I definitely had feelings for that specific guy and that specific guy, and then it was just kind of more interesting for me that I was realizing that it was just something I was oblivious to, Especially when like I meet so many other gay guys now, when I talk to them, a lot of them have the experience of just kind of always knowing. And I get kind of that almost like insecurity there of like, why didn't I know?
Yeah.
Like, why
No,
was it so
dude,
obvious to me?
hindsight is such a bitch in those like in this case. Like
It really is.
you look back and you look at all those, like you were saying, like that guy, this guy, that friendship, you're like, oh, wait.
You know, I'm just going to count my blessings because I came out and everybody around me was very supportive, very like just okay with it, very normal about it. So I like
never
to just...
came out to my parents.
Oh,
Really?
Right, wild, right?
Are you planning to
Wow.
at some point, or
No, not really. No.
what if you like
Is it
end
just
up in
kind
a
of like
not
don't...
straight passing relationship? Is it just
Oh,
gonna be like, hey, this is my girlfriend?
There's so much. There was so much silence.
Hi, editing Misha. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. Woo! Landon was talking about being gay and
being gay
with multiple people.
Have you ever had
Look, this is
multiple
where-
partners then?
So I currently have a boyfriend and we're open. We do eventually want to have like a third permanent partner just because like that's just my ideal number because I don't want kids, but like I do want 2 husbands.
That
Oh.
sounds great.
collection
You don't
like Pokemon.
Kids, but you want a
Yes.
boyfriend and a dog.
Oh, a dog too. Yeah, that's
Interpret
all.
that
This is
as
where my
well.
this is where my brain is broken, and I did not hear or focus. Did you talk about like? Obviously, you found out like you weren't gay or you weren't straight, but did you like what was the coming to of the I'm poly thing? Did you talk about that?
I think it goes back to kind of just like I wasn't, like I said before, I was naive growing up about like relationships, but it was more just like I was always really close with a lot of my friends, and it was just kind of something I learned once I was older that like I have this problem. I don't know if it's a problem, but it's definitely a habit of once I get like close enough, like almost that best friend level of closeness with someone, I get those attraction feelings, and I always just wondered why do I always crush on everybody that gets remotely nice to me? But it developed into kind of this realization that it's like I don't think I could fit in a monogamous relationship because I just have like that comfort that I need from more than one source at any given moment, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's still like a figuring out process. Like I think the thing about polyamory is there's no rule book for it, so
Yeah.
it's kind of just like you have to like really. It's all communication. That's the one thing I'll say to anybody new to polyamory trying to figure that out. Just communication is key. Try to just make your wants known. And just be willing to get it all on the table. That's all. That's my one advice.
That is
Yeah.
so true. Like
Dude.
as like the for me the biggest thing with polyamory is communication, but also not being afraid to communicate things that you typically would be. Like if you feel guilty that you're jealous right now, tough titties, you have to tell your partner. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to. You can just be like, "Hey, babe, I'm a little jealous right now of your date with partner B on Saturday," and then it's partner C's responsibility to be like, "Oh, that sucks. Okay, how about on Friday you and I just do something?" It's like, "Okay, that'd be really great. Let's do that."
Yeah, it's like you really have to just like that was the biggest lesson I learned was just like don't be afraid to admit when you're jealous because that's just gonna like fester. That's always like the kind of emotion that like will come back when you least expect it. And it's always better to just get those kind of feelings out from the door. And, it's a work in progress. You're not going to be perfect with it.
Right. And accepting that, like, you're not going to be perfect is really important.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was I feel like I'm not poly myself, but I feel like another like thing you guys probably went through is just like learning that you're allowed to do that. Cause like growing up, like it was very monogamy is the only way relationships work. It's one-on-one. And then at some point you guys learned like, no, it doesn't have to be. And I imagine that was like oh shit, I can do that.
That one is still wild.
It's like it's still like the standard in our country, and actually just I think majority of society. Don't quote me on that because I don't know how the rest of the world necessarily works. But monogamy seems to be the push standard. Just like the whole concept of why for the last hundreds of years the straight standard is they try to say it's the norm, but that's not true. It's just what was more accepted at the times, right? And it does. It's just like when you get older and you become adult and you start realizing like choices are like, well, if you're with other consenting adults, yeah, poly can be a successful and workable thing.
Yeah.
Some people don't fit the mold of monogamy.
And it can go wrong too. Like I've seen it. I've been witness to when it can go wrong. So
I saw an incredible meme the other day that was like polyamorous people in relationships. Man, it's so amazing to have all this wonderful sex and have my wonderful partners and have like so much non-conforming cool shit happen to me. But then it was like enter polyamorous people in breakups. Please help. We're on the run from our ex-wife. We're crossing state lines right now. She's got a cleaver.
God. Yeah, no.
And that is so true.
You gotta be...
People worry about that a lot. Oh, I'll let you go.
I was just gonna say, you gotta be good at communicating just with monogamous relationships. When you introduce than one other person, like, you gotta be really good at communication, which is why, like, I personally, polyamory, not for me. I don't think it ever will be, but, like, what?
Hey, bro, this worked out. The two poly people are on one side, and the two non-poly are on the other.
Yeah.
I used to think it was never going to be for me because I'm a little jealous. I tell you what. But that's me. But then, like when you actually sit down and talk to your partner, there's just some things that's like, I don't want to stop anybody from doing everything life has to offer. And of course, it always starts with, hey, can we just have sex with other people? But then it always inevitably, like, you catch feelings. And then you realize, hey, I could, like, being in love is really fun. Mm-hmm. And being in love with multiple people is even funner.
Fact.
I understand people feeling the restrictiveness of monogamy and stuff. I just can't do it. If I were to have a partner and they were to say, oh, but I just kind of want to experiment or do something with others, that's just a deal breaker for me. And it's something I know about myself, and it's just the truth. And so it's just
valid. That's just as valid.
And I make that's a hard line I draw with everybody when we're in conversations and, beginning relationships. And it's just like, don't even, if you even have a thought, where it's like, oh, I might want to do this down the line, then we need to not do this because I know I won't change. Like, that's me. I'm sorry.
My line
we need to just be friends.
Like, Goot and I have talked about it, and like, we're in an open relationship, and because he's got kinks that I don't have, and I have kinks that he doesn't have, and there's things we don't want to do, so why not give him that open space to find people that indulge in those kinks that he may not normally get to do? And like, I just think like once you introduce like feelings or like a relationship aspect to it, that's where you lose me in terms of like the polyness of it. So like, open to multiple partners sexually, but not like relationship wise. Yeah.
I'm just a jealous bitch, and if I see you making out with somebody else, I'm just gonna be like, nope.
Damn. And
I definitely get jealous, but it's a part of like accepting that and then talking about it, recognizing that jealousy is a good feeling because it's like, oh, I love you and I want. But like, I don't need to be jealous because I know that we're solid and this is just a fun little thing we do and shit like that and blah, 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 blah. But how do we feel? Because you mentioned kinks. How do we feel about kinks at Pride? Let's dig into that.
Oh, boy.
Well, wait. Because this is things like, look, we introduced Landon's coming out story. We need to finish up our threes before we go on to a completely different topic of like kink at Pride.
Kinks at Pride.
You guys take that one. I'll dip before the controversial subject.
Got it. Okay. Who wants to go next?
I thought we already did our coming out stories last year.
I don't
I don't
remember.
think
I don't,
definitely don't feel like I did.
I don't remember.
Let's hear
talking
yours
about
then,
it.
Solus.
Let's hear Solace's.
Mine just comes along with the furry fandom. I mean, I grew up I grew up incredibly rural. We all know this. Really small town. Used the words gay and the F slur and everything like that.
Yup.
Unintentional or like very mean ways and insulting ways to the point of like fighting people, stuff like that. Like it was bad. And
No
so
shame.
it wasn't until like literally high school until the opening of the mind and kind of just maturing that obviously just acceptance of gay people was fine. I don't even want to talk about trans and other things like that. I was barely able to figure out gay at that time. I found DeviantArt, and that's how I ended up becoming a furry and finding out about the furry fandom. And we had the chat rooms with very similar aged people, and role playing as wolves also involved slowly thinking about the idea of like, well, what if I don't just stick to like girls? And that little seed got planted in my head at some point in time in those years, and it eventually came to exploring that with some of my guy friends online and realizing I wasn't opposed to it. And then this is where the thing is. So I'm pan. God, the evolution. I was like straight, and then I was kind of like, I'm straight relationships, but guys are all maybe there's a guy out there. I'm not going to restrict myself, so I was kind of bi. I refused to be like bye. Like, I wasn't going to admit it. And
If
then
you're
it
on the
became,
bi spectrum, it's work. You just it's work to figure out.
It's so true.
and so then I was like bi forever. Once I finally was like whatever, and I'd messed around with some guys. Then I found out that every guy I messed around with, it was never a random person. It was one of my friends, somebody I had a connection to. So then eventually the hindsight and everything started looking at everything. It's okay. I'm bi demi. But then I've realized, and I've dated some trans people and everything to the point where I don't care about the genitalia, period. And that's now pandemic. I'm out there. It's
The
been
gay
a whole.
progression.
The
Yeah.
progression has been insane. Where it's like I'm basically just focused on the partner and having an experience and a good time, and that's where I kind of stand. And it all started with that little seed on DeviantArt role plays, and but yeah, the big demi thing and realizing I was like demisexual was like I can find people attractive, but I never want a relationship or I don't want to fuck around with people unless I'm close.
Yeah, that's like I need to at least know somebody on a baseline level before we shaboing. Like I don't gotta like be closest, like super close friends with them, but like
Yeah.
I gotta know them, like
So Anthicon, ooh.
hey yo,
Definitely helps.
Keep making
It's
that
like
fucking joke.
comfort level.
yeah, I fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
go
make
ahead.
a quick comment of I will not, and this is something I made a comment to myself, is I will never come out to my parents who are very not on board with the LGBT. I don't think my
Oh,
mom would be very
boy.
judgmental. My dad is. My dad's bad. I until I'm dating someone of the same sex or gender fluid or trans or anything that's non-straight passing, it would be at the point where it's far enough to where I know I'm like this is a very serious relationship. Would I ever introduce them to my parents? So it's just like I'm not gonna come out unless I have to. I am not getting into that whole thing until it has to happen.
That's
I live with the
absolutely
capital
fair.
V.
I understand how you feel. Oh fuck, I even talked about it myself. I do
Yeah.
think on some level my parents would accept me. I also think they just kind of be in denial. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Ruby, you're so
It's a phase."
quirky." Yeah, I'll be like in my 40s and they're gonna be like, "It's a phase." But also, like, I know my parents love me. It's not like they disown me or anything. I just don't feel like we have to complicate our relationship. Like, they know I'm a furry, and it just sounds like another stressful thing that they just don't need to worry about, like,
Yeah.
at all. I always did fear having multiple partners because, like, let's say I was getting married and I'd want, like, my husband and my boyfriend to be there or something, because of course I would. That would be that would be the only problematic, like, sorry, parents, I do have, because I would never hide one of them. That'd be so shitty.
Yeah,
Like,
it'd be really shitty to them. Yeah.
Like I explained poly and pan to my parents, but I haven't explained furry yet because I'm just like they don't need to know that part. They can kind of continue their lives without that knowledge, and it wouldn't really affect either of those worlds. So I just kind of leave that alone.
I told my parents about furry because I don't care. That's not a big deal to me. Like, I don't think it should ever be a big deal. I do understand there are some extenuating circumstances where family will act like furry is just as bad as being the gay.
Oh,
Yeah.
being furry is definitely worse than being gay. 100%.
I was gonna say something and my brain broke. Love it.
Hell yeah. We got a couple of eepy guys over here.
I'm dying. You want to talk about it, Misha?
Sure. So I think I'm like the one that came out the most recent, right? Because like
I did say I thought you were gonna say I think I'm gay. Like
I think I'm gay. I
really
am
thought
a
that's where that was
guy.
I
going.
think I'm gay. I think I'm gay. I think I'm gay. Say it 3 times and you are.
No, because
Campy, you'll summon something.
I came out as gay like at the end of 2021, I think, is when I came out. Might have been the end of 2020, but like fairly recently did I find out I was gay. And like Landon mentioned, the being so busy thing was also my problem. There were a couple of other problems. Was like in high school there was like one openly gay guy, and like dude was a prick. I'm not even gonna lie. Like he was just an asshole. And then like he was one of the people where like if you said anything about him being an asshole, he was like, "Oh, it's because I'm gay." And it's like, no, it's because you fucking suck. Like, and so the
worst.
It's very rare that people use it as a scapegoat, but this guy definitely did. So had a bad taste in my mouth in terms of like, you know, what being gay meant. Because that was my one experience with somebody who was gay.
That's why you're supposed to eat a bunch of pineapple.
Shut up. As soon as I said it,
you knew it. You knew I couldn't hold that back.
God.
That was good.
But no, so, and then another thing that happened was, I've talked about it before, but I was a victim of the iFunny alt-right pipeline.
Oh boy.
You
mentioned it and I forgot about it.
Yeah, dude, thank God. I remember it every day, and it haunts me, man. But like,
honesty is the path to healing, man.
It's true. I never like got so bad. Like, I was never like racist, but it was the fucking. I was not an advocate for LGBT, to put it lightly, but like, so that definitely stifled feelings I had way far in the closet. And then I was just like, over time, I was like, well, this is kind of dumb. Like, it got to the point where I was recognizing that like the right says things and they say it with confidence, but they're saying the dumbest shit and they're so fucking wrong and have zero evidence to support it. Because I was saying things and I had no evidence to support it, and as soon as somebody like challenged me on it, there was, I didn't have a rebuttal because like
foiled again.
My fucking my scapegoat didn't work. They saw right through it, so, and it was like,
a lot of it is nuh-uh.
Yeah. Whataboutism, scapegoats. And so like I really started evaluating who I was and what I believed in, and I was like, this fucking sucks. This is dumb. Like, people are just trying. Bless you, Maple. I was like, people are just trying to live their lives, like, and so we climbed out of the sewage pit, fucking covered in shit, slowly washed it off, and then fucking over time just like was me, which really didn't have an identity. And then COVID happened, and suddenly I had a shit ton of time on my hands, and I had time to think about myself, because before COVID, I had a full-time job, I was in school full-time, I'm a music major, which means all my classes are 1 credit, which means I had like 10 or 11 classes a quarter, on top of rehearsals, on top of all that bullshit, and so all of that just like melted away all of a sudden, and it was like, I think I like men, and just like went on that whole journey and figured that out. And yeah, it's been, I think I was pretty spot on with the whole liking men thing. And recently, after I got Rascal's kind of been my gateway into exploring like the more adult side of me and like the adult side of the community, because Misha is safe for work. Misha will always be safe for work. He is a bean. He is a lovable bean. And my YouTube content, centers around Misha and is, all ages. So Rascal's been my gateway into figuring out things I like, who I like, all of that. And like I'm finding that like relationship wise, I'm gay. Like I want to date men, but like sexually, I think it falls more under like pan, because like I'm kind of down with anyone, like if you want to do stuff, we good, So my sexuality and my like relationship status are two different things. And what's weird is like we're gonna crack an egg on stream. I think like fucking Rascal's pronouns are he, they, and like Rascal being more like androgynous, I think is the word. Like I really like that about him. But like me, myself, and Misha, like they're men. They're the boys. But like Rascal, he's just a fox. He is.
That's why the fox wears the skirts.
True. It's whatever.
Landon was kind of that similarity with me. Like I kind of like made Landon pretty much 2020, like COVID year. Interestingly enough, because that was also a big year for me exploring wise.
Yeah.
But I made him as like an acceptance of kind of just both my feminine and masculine interests.
Yeah.
Because I know I have both. Like some outweigh the other, but like I wanted to.
No, the arm warmers didn't give it away.
Yeah, I was about to point about like the
I have
arm
a pair of
warmers.
those.
Look,
yeah, I get
bought
roasted for that a lot.
I bought fucking long socks and arm warmers just to mess around with Solace even.
It's cute. Like it looks
cute.
good on guys just like girls. I'm sorry.
100%. No shade.
But I was gonna ask a quick follow-up question to Misha and Landon since it just clicked in my brain, which that's a thing. Did either of you date the females leading up to realizing you're not straight?
Oh, I dated so many women.
Bro,
I was kind of a ladies' man, dude.
Wait, were you?
Kind of.
Wait, really?
You
Bro, yeah.
heard it here, bro.
Bro.
I couldn't tell if that was like sarcastic.
No.
No shit.
Yeah.
Holy
That's
shit,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Well, all right. Just
Push that game real far down.
I
didn't
mean,
you?
look. Being a guy who plays flute, you hang out with a lot of women, and you get to know them, and
You
they get
heard
to
it
know
here,
you.
dude.
I really don't feel like that's the thing that gets you ladies, but goddamn,
the
I'm
flute
aware.
gets
You heard
it
it here on
fucking
Mark
works.
Meow. Go get some ladies if you go play in the band. And
The problem is not all, but like most male flute players are gay. That was a status I was so fucking proud of, was like, I am a male flute player and I'm straight. Hell yeah. One of the few, the last of a dying breed, baby. And now I'm dating a guy, so that didn't age well.
Most professional male cheerleaders are also gay.
You hear about that.
I was a straight guy in the theater for a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Same. I did theater in high school as well, but I was not an actor. I was the set builder, so I had that straight pass,
I was gonna say, I don't know if that one counts.
Yeah.
Like, you were in theater, but like that is a very straight position in theater.
I was in the straight position of theater.
I was a set builder too, so
You were the tomboy.
go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, to answer Solace's question, I dated girls, but like I didn't get with girls.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. My last former partner, who was identified as a girl at the time but is now non-binary, we were dating when I discovered I was gay, so that was a bit of unfortunate moment, because it was like, they're still my best friend, and like, we still get along great, but yeah, being into guys and dating a girl, that doesn't exactly work. And then it's weird because like we've both grown so much since splitting, and like I think our friendship is like as tight as it's ever been. They came out as
That's
non-binary.
nice.
They've
Case
taken
scenario.
they've taken steps to better themselves. I figured out I was gay. I've taken a lot of steps to better myself, and like,
Sucked a lot of dick.
well, okay.
I'm sorry.
Like we said, bettering ourselves.
Bettering yourself.
Maple, you gotta keep it down, man. I'm recording a video. Or I'm recording a podcast.
I haven't heard Maple. I love Maple.
Oh yeah, she's over there being loud as fuck.
Mamble.
Mamble.
Oh wait, it will show up on your side.
Yeah, Will. She's over there like, it's like, dude, shut up. Oh, guys, there was a thunderstorm today and Maple was home alone and she is scared of thunder. I felt
I'm sorry.
so bad.
I hate that.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Quick diversion from the topic. So yeah, it's been a journey. I feel like everyone kind of has that, like, yeah, everyone's got that journey.
Even Solace, I was like listening to his journey, and I'm just like, wow, he's definitely like gone through it. Like,
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
I hope that it's easier today. I don't know if it is or not, but and I know that like millennials, Gen Z, and Gen X, we're all of our childhoods, as much as for some reason TikTok wants to paint us that we're all mad at each other, we're all growing up with the same shit and doing the same things and having this, like, all of our parents are boomers.
Yeah. I think it's easier. I hope it's easier. Cause like growing up, my like experience with discovering gay and like trans stuff was through adult content, which I should not have been looking at, but like, you know, that was ultimately how I discovered half the things I did. And so people are much more open about it. There's much more like safe avenues for younger questioning people to look into and figure out, hey, this is something I align with, you know? So that part of it's really good.
Some of the realist stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I think my coming into my own sexuality had a lot to do with anime and manga. And I would almost exclusively read like yaoi novels.
Yup, mine was mine was Pokemon. I think I've mentioned that before.
I was
that you're into Pokemon? I don't think I think I remember you saying that, but I don't remember.
That was like my first like figuring out like, you know, furry and like gay stuff. Lucario,
yeah.
my guy, you know? Damn,
For
Solace. I gotta say something. Damn, Solace.
oh, I love it.
That's crazy.
Ruby, you're awesome.
Thank you. I'm doing another one for Misha. Right now he's wearing his Pride shirt.
Yeah.
I did want to make a real like random off comment of like, I do have this weird thing where like I get really weirdly more interested into men at times, and then women. Well, and also in between. It's just like there's sometimes where I'm like, damn, kind of really want to date a guy, and then there's other times like, damn, I really want to date a girl. I don't get it.
Okay, I'm just saying that's where polyamory comes in, because you can have the best of both.
Showing your sexuality.
I'll fucking
come to the dark side, Solace.
It would not go well for me. That would I'd just stay single forever then. No.
What's weird is like...
Oh, well, that's why I just stay single, because then I can do both.
There you go.
You get the worst of both.
I'm not the demi where I have to be in a relationship to do anything.
I speaking of that, fucking, because like I had an ex where like the biggest thing that like he seemed more excited that he was in a relationship more so than being in a relationship with me. You know, it was just like the fact that he was in a relationship is what he based all of his happiness on. Don't do that. Find yourself. Find what makes you happy.
My boyfriend is Misha B. Barkin. Did you know that?
No, it wasn't. It was weird because it wasn't even.
No, I know. I'm just saying. There's there's like a weird thing that could be.
Oh yeah, no. There's some like little pop you first, Anna, is that some people get where they're like, I'm dating this person and they're popular, and like I know this person. Oh, they're my friend. They were such good friends.
I'm just gonna walk around Anthrocon and be like, yeah, I'm on a podcast with Misha B. Barkin.
I had a friend named Lexi. I came down to the Furlandia lobby and she was just like she was not sober, and she's talking to her friends and I was like, oh hey Lexi, what's up? And she was like, oh hey, and she turns to a friend and she's like, do you know who this is? And her friend's like, no. And they're like, oh, they're Misha. And he's like, oh okay, hi. Like, Misha B. Barkin, he makes videos, and I was like, don't do that. Like, she was drunk, and she was just like, but it was just like, don't do that.
Oh, I thought you meant she was asking, like, do you know who this guy is? Because I don't.
No, she knew me. No, we were friends.
I don't know who this guy is.
I just thought this would be really funny if I just want a cringe t-shirt that just says, yeah, I have a podcast on it now.
Okay,
Oh my
that
God.
would go so hard, actually.
Oh my
God.
God.
That oversaw this.
And I just want to walk around.
Just like either
just
that
stand
or
in the
like
lobby
toxic
by yourself.
Either that or like toxic man with a microphone. I think that'd be another shirt that goes hard.
Yeah, I have a podcast.
Yeah, I have a podcast. Then just like a JPEG of a microphone.
Ruby, how did you come out?
I didn't. I mean,
Yeah, but like,
I guess
you're
what
out
was your
to
coming out
us, and,
moment?
like,
I guess
you're out to
right?
yourself. Yeah.
so because I think I did tell the story about asking out that girl, but then
That story
I guess,
you did tell, yes.
Yeah. So I guess reading a lot of yaoi and then finding Blotch online and being obsessed with that artist for a while. Still I am. Rest in peace, Blotch.
Wait,
What is Blotch?
rest in peace.
Well, I mean, the two artists who made up Blotch are fine. They are just no longer together. So the combination artist Blotch is no longer with us.
Damn.
Sad.
So I remember that name, and that's a self-report.
Yes, that is a self-report. But I always remember I was really obsessed with like gay dude art, which is why I think, like, in a perfect world, I would be born
Wait,
a man.
that was Dog's Days of Summer and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's who that was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dog's Days of Summer. Yeah, I have that comic.
I had
I've
to
seen
go
that.
Google
Can I
it. I'm like,
borrow it?
Yeah, you can
I
borrow
want
it.
to read it so fucking bad because like everyone says it's like the best comic ever.
I'm pretty sure it's. I mean, it's okay. I'm pretty sure you can read it online still.
I don't think
Yeah, there's
so.
archives.
Oh, is
There's
there?
archives of it for sure.
1, 2. Did you want to expand on your coming out story, Ruby?
I don't know if there's
Ruby.
more to it. I can't even remember. I'm trying to think.
You were like
It is.
mid cracking the egg for the omelet because you were like, I should have been born a boy, and it's very yolky, eggy.
Oh my
guess.
God! I remembered. So I guess that was my trans moment. Is I was hanging out with my other trans friends. There were two moments that I was like, oh shit. And one of them was I was with my friend, and I even forget what he said in that moment. But he like looks at me. He goes like, "Come on," and I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?"
Oh my God.
And it was something like that. And then the other moment I remember I said something in my group of, again, trans friends. So these are my trans masculine friends and non-binary pals. And I was like, yeah, but we all wish we had dicks, right? And they were all like, no, not all of us. And I was like, doesn't everybody wish for that? And all of them were like, no, dude, it's just you. And I was like,
wait.
oh, fuck.
wait. Okay, but I feel like the curiosity is normal. Not the desire per se.
No,
like,
curiosity is normal, but the
Yeah.
like the tomorrow, if you could be a boy, would you? And me being like 100%, yeah, without hesitating.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm
And
sure
there's this great TikTok where it's like this one guy and he's like you just see him playing a video game and he chooses the female character and then like bursts in, I'm the gender fairy. I'm here to give you your new gender. And he goes, what? Picking female characters in video games doesn't automatically make you trans. And the fairy's like, you're right. It doesn't mean you're trans. It does mean you're trans. And then he's like, and then she just drags him away.
Oh my God.
Now that you say that, that makes me wonder because a lot of the prevailing, reasoning behind that is like, oh, I'm a dude. I want to see if I got to look at a character the whole game, I might as well see a girl's butt. Or something like that. That's something I've definitely heard been said around. But how many of those people down the line end up having that moment and then they end up being trans?
A lot of them.
I want to know now.
More than you'd think.
I know it's probably more than I think.
There's an incredibly sad TikTok floating around right now because it's really recent. But it's this dude holding a twisted tea and he's talking to the camera and he's drunk and he goes, "How come when I drink one of these beers, I wish I was a girl?" And all the comments are just like, sweetie.
Oh,
Sweetie,
no.
buddy.
We
Girly
need to
pop,
take you
no.
shopping right now.
It was really hard to walk.
We need to have a day where you can go try some stuff on. Damn.
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 You heard it here. Twisted Tea is the real, like,
Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea.
it'll twist your gender. Yeah.
I hear ketamine is also the trans drug. I don't know why.
No.
We ain't talking about that. We're not letting you put that out there.
No, I've never done ketamine. I do not recommend doing ketamine, but there's this trope floating around, and I don't really know why.
Ketamine's
But
like
somebody like
one of the harder ones, right?
It was just one of
ketamine's
those. It was one of those drugs that just got popular during COVID. So I think
oh god, is that what it is?
I think so, because it definitely. I heard about it a lot more during COVID. I know that.
Yeah,
much.
there was also that
COVID.
game, Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine and fucking dies.
Yeah. I
That
don't know
didn't
what
help.
ketamine even does to you. Like I know nothing about ketamine.
Isn't it like a horse tranquilizer or something? It's
I think
my
I think
God.
it does that. I think it tranquilizes you.
Oh,
yeah,
that's dangerous.
No, don't do it. It's bad.
But like that's a joke. It's like somebody's making trans jokes, and then somebody just goes, "Oh, what are you also doing ketamine?" Like that's a joke now.
Yeah, to feel the pain of life.
Oh god, don't say it like that. That makes it real.
I'm waking up.
wake me up inside. I'm not.
Can't wake
dude.
up.
The True
fucking-
Trans song.
I'm not
EP.
doing Goofy again.
I know Goofy had his phase, but jeez.
Damn. Because Goofy has a child. Goofy canonically piped. You ever think
Yeah.
about that?
He's the only Disney character that has a child.
Is he?
And no,
No, Donald.
Oh wait,
wait,
no,
no.
Donald.
Wait,
has
no,
nephews.
those are his nephews.
Oh wait, you're right.
But whoever their mom and dad are, they piped.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, I think-
funny.
I
That
think- I
Goofy
think
out
it
of
is, I think-
Mickey and Donald.
Well, it's Goofy and then his boss, Pete, piped.
Pete's piped? Oh yeah, Pete has piped. I made
Yeah,
a Twitter post
he's
about
in
it.
the
Everyone got
Goofy
mad
movies,
at me.
Oh God, do you guys
Forgot about that.
follow? Do you guys follow YMS? Your movie sucks.
No.
I don't follow, but I know them.
Yeah.
I remember they
No,
watched
no.
the Goofy movie on their stream, and it was just funny because one of his friends was just crushing on Pete very openly, like in the
On
stream
Pete?
on Pete, and I'm just like, oh, Gael has a type.
Yeah,
bear.
right.
The bear type.
Oh yeah,
That-
Pete is an icon in,
That's-
in
yeah.
certain spaces.
That's one of those characters that just instantly outs your type. Like people crushing on Mr. Shark from Bad Guys. Like,
Or people crunching on Shrek.
Oh yeah, Shrek.
oh yeah, true.
Shrek is
That's a
gay
different
icon.
type in my opinion,
It's a
but a
very
type
different type.
nonetheless.
Well,
Bark.
we kidnapped Landon the entire time again.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
You know,
No,
so
you're
just-
good.
You know what? So I was thinking about if I should do this, and we're gonna do this. All right. To end this episode, I'm gonna talk about this because this is like a coming out episode, right? So the conversation, I had somebody come into my TikTok DMs and alluded to what I nailed right on the head, and it was them having anxieties and fears about coming out and what that could entail if you were to come out. And I always have this conversation. I usually try to do it around Pride Month, right around now. It's the concept of making sure you have a backup plan, because in a good perfect world, coming out wouldn't change your living situation. It wouldn't change the opinions of people that love you. Unfortunately, that's not necessarily a reality. Some people live in the worst situations where you get disowned and you're tossed on the fucking street that night, and there's too many countless stories out there where people get disowned, and it really is tragic. And so I always try to advise in these situations. First off, if you're in the situation where you have to come out, be it about your sexuality, trans, what have you, and it's leading you down a path where you may make an incredibly regretful decision someday or night, in a moment of emotion, you do what you have to do to survive. Even if it puts you in a not so great living situation, do what you have to do to survive. I always say though, if you can, set yourself up for success, have a backup plan, have somebody that you can confide into, that you have confided into, that may let you sleep on a couch, or have alternative plans in case the worst thing happens. And that, And it does involve you losing like your living situation and you're sleeping in a car or something, because it really does become a lot like can become a lot worse when suddenly you're out of house and home. And if you're able to, and I hate to even say that you have to hide it for longer, just until you get that savings up, or get yourself into an apartment situation, and then you can come out to family, friends, and stuff where you're a lot more safer scenario. If you can do that, it's just safer. It's just a better option.
Yeah.
I guess to to build on to that, just the idea of I think when you're in that situation of being closeted and you're still finding your own identity, I think one of your goals, just my advice would be to discover. There's a concept in the gay community called a found family. I think and it's just like finding people that you can feel comfortable with to help you to get to where you need to be, especially if where you need to be is coming out to somebody. It's always good to have more support on your side, whether it be a friend or even someone closer. But it's never good to like take this journey on your own.
And that really does make me think. And it says you are not alone, even at the
Yes.
most basic level. Us four care.
That's right.
You are not alone. I would much rather be a much closer connection, of course, but do know that you are not alone. There are absolutely resources and people and organizations out there that can help you in times of need, in case the worst case scenario happens. And again, my advice is, no matter what, throughout of all of this, is you have to do what you have to do to survive.
And this is
Because-
something me and
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, please go ahead.
This is something me and Andy were talking about, like actually, like today. Is also you have to have fun. There's so many horrible things that are going on in our world right now, and it's important that we don't forget those things. We have to address them. Part of Pride is getting rights. That's why we remember that Pride started with a riot.
It was a riot.
But also,
yeah.
you have to have fun during this time, because if you're not, one, the people who are trying to push you down win.
Mhm.
And two, you'd be surprised, like kind of like you were saying, Misha, your taste was bad upon the community because the only gay dude you knew was an asshole.
Mhm.
Imagine how all these people feel they're watching us have parades and they're like, huh, my dad says that the gays are bad, but those guys look like a real fun group.
Yeah.
Is that it's important for your own health too, that like to be happy where you are and be happy who you're with. And yes, remember what we're doing this for, but also enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Pride was a riot, but now we're able to be a lot more open, be a lot more free, and a lot like enjoy ourselves and be unapologetically us a lot more. That being said, if you are not in a situation where it is safe, that's okay to keep that concealed. Find somewhere online, reach out to people, but like if you are not in a safe place to come out, don't. As bad as it sounds, wait until it basically everything Saul has said. Yeah.
It's again, do what you have to survive.
Yeah.
Now, and that's why I put that beginning part is I can't remember if it was friends at this point, friends, or if I've just read stories where people said I couldn't wait another day and I had to let it out because they were gonna do something incredibly regrettable. You all know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't come out, so they did what they had to do and they dealt with getting kicked to the curb and like literally being homeless and dealing with some really tough stuff materialistically, but spiritually, and being able to be themselves and live as themselves how they wanted to was more important. And if you are in that boat, you do what you have to do. Just I really, it always helps to have, like you said, a found family friend, something that can help you get through. And like again, you're not alone. But again, as Misha said, if you can wait a little bit longer to save up that money to maybe get an apartment or get yourself in a situation, like put you in a place to where, again, worst case scenario happens and everybody cuts ties with you and you're on this, all your possessions are on the side of a road, you have something and somewhere to go to, and hopefully more supportive people that want to celebrate who you are.
Yeah.
Look up Look up if your state has like an LGBTQ center also, because that's a new thing. Like in like today's climate, like these centers pop up that are specifically for helping people in these situations. Like New Jersey has a great LGBTQ community center. And I always recommend people. They host events too, so if you're looking for gay friends, even if you're not in a bad situation and you just want more gay friends, hey, check out if your state has a center.
I'll even say this, as crazy as it even sounds, I have a town to the south of me. One of the churches is very pride friendly. They're slogan, not their slogan, but you know, have the little board outside on the little, I don't know what you want to call it, the little letter board, and it's been like, God doesn't judge anybody kind of like statement on it, and it includes like the LGBTQ or welcome here. And that church has like literally 3 bedrooms in the basement where they let people who've been kicked out of their houses live there.
I love that.
Like, it's happened.
Yeah.
We've had several individuals, very unfortunately, had the worst case scenario happen, but that church was able to put them up for a few months until they were able to get them in a situation. And so it could be a bigger group and organization that's state level that can help you, and it could be something as just, who knows what smaller little organizations in your local towns could have. But know that we love you guys.
Yes,
We're a community.
we are a community.
We're a society.
Society. So we got to wrap up there. Yeah, just know that like this is a month of celebrating who you are, and even if people around you don't know, you know, treat yourself.
Celebrating the damn comments.
And
Like,
next
celebrate
week,
the comments.
If
next
you're one of
week,
those
Kings
people that
of
you
Pride.
can't, and that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, next week's Kings of Pride. That's
Oh,
definitely
God.
like, you know, we could save that for a whole nother episode. So that's great. But I was
just
just, you
trying
know
to be
what? If you're one of those
problematic.
people where you really ain't got the people or the family, you can do that. Comment down below.
Yeah. Dude,
Share with us.
Throw yourself a
Share
whole
your
fucking party.
kink in the comments.
Okay,
below.
maybe not. No.
That's next episode, Ruby.
Kinks of
That's on-
Pride, not in
All
the
right,
comments.
cut it right there. Cut it right with you guys going, no, Ruby. Like, just cut.
Nah, because we gotta read the Patreons, because guess what? I'm seeing a new name on here.
New names?
Thank you so much to Amburion, Naz, Zombie Brains, Boogie Bravo, P, Loriafia, Simply Lego, Landon Yeen. No, fuck that guy. Sycamore, Bowie Barks,
Delete him.
That guy was an asshole last. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're gonna roast this spotted ass.
Bowie Barks, Heartless Hero, Pip the
Dude,
Badger.
that's his kink. So
Oh
no.
my God.
Oh, you like, yeah, don't bully me.
Kink shaming is my king.
It's
love
just
that
such
pose.
a power move, yeah.
Thank you to Rays, Theo Firefox, Corleen R, Kai Quint, Carnelian Fox, and Steam Pony, and Ankara. You guys are what makes this show possible. You guys are what makes this show so awesome. And you guys are the reason that, yeah, we're able to do this every week. And
Congrats on 500.
yeah,
Oh, did we
by
hit
the way,
500? I didn't
congrats.
even
We
look.
did hit 500. We hit it.
I just assumed we did.
We hit it Sunday because I was posting the Patreon, definitely not a day late. I was posting the Patreon and I happened to check, and yeah, we are at, let me check one more time.
500
Sitting
people.
at 500
Think
exactly. So now that we've said that on stream, we're going to be at 499 by the after party.
Yeah, no shit. You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna roast Landon. Landon isn't a spotted Yeen by choice. Well, actually, it is by choice. It's because you haven't showered. Those spots are dirt spots.
Damn.
Shower.
I'm taking all my producer money back.
No way!
Oh. Cool.
No. Oh,
I
now
need
cut
that
it.
money
Just-
for
No!
I need that money for Pokemon cards.
Fuck Bark.
I need a new computer.
Fuck Bark Meow.
Damn.
Well, okay, yeah. Fuck Bark Meow for sure, but I still need a computer.
All right, gamers.
Next thing I wanna-
this concert shit.
The
I
next
got
thing I want to invest in is like t-shirts or something for sure.
yeah.
Oh, I'm also designing you guys stickers that you guys can take to.
Yeah, I was hoping.
I was gonna say we should start with
were gonna talk-
stickers.
Well, for
Yeah.
we want to have stickers to hand out.
Yeah, I'm gonna make, my plan is to make 3 right now. I'm gonna make one for you, Solus, and one for you, Misha, and then a Bark Meow one that you'll both have.
That's awesome.
And like if they run into you, then like they get the sticker.
Hell yeah.
You have to run into both of us to get the special stickers, and
To
then
get all 3.
you get all 3. And there
But
should-
any leftovers we should send to our Patrons.
yeah,
yes.
for sure.
Because there's technically a paywall with this kind of stuff, and we have to be aware of that. One, the paywall is affording a convention, and then the second paywall is our Patreon. So both those paywalls should count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're either a Patreon
None
to
for
get
you,
it,
though,
or
Landon. None for you.
you're either a Patreon or you show up at a convention we're at. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Happy Pride. I read a comic named Boyfriends, and I'm obsessed with it now.
I'm gonna go read Dog Days of Dumber. God damn.
Oh, Dog Days of Dumber would be a great podcast
Oh my
name.
God.
Fuck!
No,
All
this
right.
is, we could.
We'll just keep coming up with
No, we
that.
could just label that our summer episodes. It's like our little summer break, or not break, but I don't know. fuck
The
it.
Dog Days of Dumber as the episode. That's a banger episode name.
All right, that should be the next episode or something for sure.
No.
Next episode is Kink at Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dog Days of Summer is perfect for that.
I don't even think I have to clickbait that name. I could just write
Yeah.
Kink at Pride.
Can't get
and that'd be
Pride.
the
That's
fucking-
gonna get all the clicks.
Boy, I gotta stop recording at some point.
Yeah.